Is on the clock. We know they're going to draft Jameis Winston, the quarterback out of Florida State, and I think it's the right move. I mean, I think drafting Jameis Winston's the right move for them. If you're Tampa Bay, you have an offense that is set up for success. You have Mike Evans, one of the best young receivers in the league. You have Vincent Jackson, solid veteran receiver. Running back-wise, I know Doug Martin's had a rough 2 years, but I still think he's talented, and I like the depth that they have. I think Bobby Rainey's pretty good. Charles Sims they drafted last year could do something. The offensive line needs some work. Hopefully it's something they'll address in this draft, and we can see that happen. But Jameis Winston is the best on-field quarterback in this entire draft. And what he does mentally on the field is exceptional. His ability to read defenses, go through progressions, and the one thing I like about him the most is his ball placement. He puts the ball where only his receivers can get it, and lets them keep running with it. Now, this past season, Winston did throw a lot of interceptions. A lot were on him, a lot were not on him. I think he tried to do too much sometimes, especially early in the game. I think it hurt him, but when he was on, he was really on. And to me, that's what makes Jameis Winston very good. And I think the personnel on Tampa Bay fits, having two big receivers like Mike Evans, like Vincent Jackson, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, a tight end, didn't even mention, who I really like as a young tight end. I think you put Winston with those guys, they immediately get better, and he can handle it. Now the questions come from those off-field concerns. And that maturity concerns with Jameis Winston. Is he going to be able to handle the NFL rigor? And is he going to do stupid things? Is he going to get caught up in the law? Is he going to steal crab legs? Whatever. So that's the question. And I think in some ways, Jameis Winston dealing with some of the adversity that he did, still winning, still taking Florida State to an undefeated regular season is huge. So I think that shows his mental fortitude on the field. Raves from his teammates, from Jimbo Fisher, from his coaches. Everyone likes him that has been around him. So I think I really think that I think Jameis Winston can be a really good and a franchise NFL quarterback. And it's just if you can talk to him, talk to everyone around him, and feel like you're getting a guy that's going to work hard and going to do the right things off the field, you have to take him number one. You really do. I mean, picking Mariota over Jameis Winston wouldn't be a rant, Kiwi, but it'd be a shocker. I would be super surprised if that happens. And I think Tampa probably feels comfortable, knows that Seminole organization. So that's it. And you're like, wait, why is Tampa taking all this time if they know who they're going to take? If you're investing how many millions, you might as well take as much maximum amount of time that you possibly can with that. I think Jameis Winston showed some progression this year, even though he made more mistakes. I thought he did do a lot better late in games in tighter coverage situations than he did as a Heisman Trophy winner. So, and once again, if you're in Draft TV on the chat room, if you're labeled as a guest, click on options. You can change your name in there. I apologize for the stream delay. It's probably delayed about 20 seconds from the TV. I'll announce the pick if you can hold off on putting the pick on the chat room. Yeah, Caddy's in the chat. He's a Tampa fan. The right side of Tampa's O-line is just really a mess, and you want to get that right. So I could see offensive tackle in the second. I kind of feel like they might just take a guard in the third or fourth and be done with it, and get some guys that they can buy into more there. The other thing I like about Winston is his deep ball is really good. And I feel like my past couple top quarterbacks haven't had a great deep ball. Teddy Bridgewater, that was his flaw. Even Andrew Luck, I don't think that was maybe his flaw too. So Jameis Winston, the pick's in, going to go to the Buccaneers. We'll see here. Tampa trading into round 1 for an offensive tackle is very possible. Here comes Roger Goodell for the pick, so if you want to time out your delay. Jameis Winston it is. That's what we've known for how many months now. I think if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, you got to be excited. I know Mike Lennon did okay, but Jameis Winston is a legitimate franchise quarterback on the field. If he's right off the field, you're going to be happy with this pick. As I said, I think from a vertical standpoint, him and Mike Evans are going to be phenomenal together. I think his athleticism is great. I compare him to Ben Roethlisberger. I think that's how he plays, where he'll throw that shoulder down. He'll bang you around. He'll knock you around. He's tough to bring down. He's not this straight line runner. He's not Marcus Mariota in terms of athleticism and running ability. But Jameis Winston is a legitimate talent. I think you got to be happy with it. Caddy, I'm interested to see. It seems like you're pretty happy with it. I think Buccaneers fans, you've hopefully talked yourself into the pick by this point, right? But Winston, I even remember watching him on the ESPN show coming out of high school. He did the top high school quarterbacks, and I remember him being super impressive, just talking to the other quarterbacks and leadership wise, charisma all over the place. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but for the most part, that's what you want. And if you're Tampa now, maybe you could trade Mike Lennon and get some picks. Maybe get a pick for him, a late round pick for him, something like that. So Tennessee is on the clock, and